Good morning. Welcome to... Welcome to the Diner's Daily Special. I am Uncle Ump, and I believe we have a red velvet who may or may not have watched the Oscars last night.
Sup?
Welcome, sir. That was amazing.
Well, thank you.
So I did not watch it. Did you actually get to watch the Oscars, or?
No, I don't watch the Oscars.
Yeah, I didn't either. I couldn't do it. I followed along on Twitter the best of my ability, but I couldn't watch.
I was actually attempting to watch Ricky Stenicki.
What'd you think?
Well, for what I was awake for, it's pretty good.
Like, it was I loved it.
I ended up falling asleep. The part where he gets a job at the stock brokerage.
Oh, yeah.
And I woke up at 3 a.m. to an Amazon screen saying your movie is over. Like, oh,
definitely a good movie. If that was on my list to talk about as well. So if you have not watched it yet, Ricky Stenicki is a wonderful movie on Amazon Prime with John Cena. It is hysterical. Definitely not one to watch with the kids, but very, very funny movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I'm guessing John Cena was not advertising that movie.
He might have been.
I don't know. I don't know what movies John Cena's in. I didn't know Ricky Stenicki even existed until yesterday afternoon.
So that's why he did the OnlyFans stuff. That's why he was posting those, was to kind of, like, I think anyway, to kind of promote that. But he's like an actor not doing well in Atlantic City, and they hire him to play their fake
Hard
friend.
Rock Rod.
Yeah, Hard Rock Rob. Those songs are hysterical.
Yeah, it's a nice day for a... I'm not going to say it.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
so I couldn't watch it. I just can't watch the Oscars. I don't know.
In all fairness, I can't watch any award show, so...
Fair.
It doesn't matter.
I couldn't even watch TV last night, though. I don't remember what I turned on. I turned on one of those, like, frequency things on YouTube that they have, like, these frequency and ambiance things on YouTube. I always use them to sleep, like, if I'm struggling to sleep.
Oh, so you're a psychopath.
What do you mean I'm a psychopath?
I just sit there and watch frequencies. No,
exactly. I was going to bed, jackass.
Oh.
I don't remember what I was doing. I was on my phone watching something. I was kind of doing some research for this last night. I was following along with the Oscars and a couple other things, and then I just kind of laid there, and I think I was watching a cooking show for a little bit, and then I finally checked out and went to bed. So there was not shit on TV last night.
No, I'm trying to think what I did. Oh, we watched Nickelodeon with the kids, and then which apparently Nickelodeon is on the front of good wholesome family television that's ran by a bunch of degenerates.
Well, in all fairness, it seems like most of entertainment and our political world might be involved in some pedophilia, which is quite scary and disgusting.
It is. It's quite scary.
What are you looking at?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll put my dishes away. I'm trying to be really quiet, too.
You just kept looking over like someone was getting ready to attack you, and I was very confused and concerned.
I was that Ryan guy, I had my friends over, and they were telling me what to say.
Dude, that was crazy. I forgot to put that on my list, but I went down a freaking rabbit hole on Saturday because of that. Basically, so we talked about the Ryan Garcia last week at some point, but he said he was going to go live on TikTok, and he wasn't. He posted a video on Twitter that was very, very, I don't know. He was sitting in a chair. Like, you could tell he was kind of reading off of stuff, but he was super somber. And then he said, screw it. I'm going live on TikTok. I'm going to break the contract, and I'm going to talk. And he went out live on TikTok. And first of all, he did it on, where they can pay to add, cowboy hats and elephant trunks and shit.
That's just TikTok anyway. Yeah.
It was really difficult to watch.
That random
serious.
That random live we did. Yeah, I had a hat on at one point in time. That people that's where you make your money doing. People pay to put stupid shit on you. Deal.
Yeah. So he was trying to do this serious conversation. He had an elephant trunk hanging off of his nose for most of it, so it was very difficult to watch. But basically, he talks about the fight. I didn't get to watch all of it, but he talks about the fight. and he kind of goes into a couple things and he's answering questions, and then his friends, is what it said, comes in and he kind of like takes over the stream, and then he's like, all right, no more boxing questions, let's get off of this. And that Ryan Garcia goes, well, no, I'm not done. He goes, I still want to talk about time travel. And the guy goes, no. And he goes, well, we have proof. But I feel like anymore, you could also do that just to gain, like, especially with the way of the world and the shit that trends on Twitter right now, you could totally do that just to, like, whatever, prop yourself up a little bit and get the views too. So it's really hard, which I assume is what they want. They make it so hard to figure out what's real and what's not. It's kind of difficult.
It is, and that's the whole thing. Like, especially with what little TikToking I've done, like, you can talk about anything within reason. You can talk about anything you want, but
you just can't call yourself R-worded, or you get
that's true
taken down for a week.
And you can't be nude.
You would have broke that one right off the bat.
I've been suspended for that. Just what little I did right there. I've been flagged. But a lot of people just, especially with the lies and stuff, this is my opinion, just bullshit. And then they make money. Like, I mean, we did it ourselves. We made 12 cents in like 5 minutes. Like,
well, and it's the same
ranting
thing, like,
about AEW.
Well, it's the same thing with what, like, wrestling does. Like, the Rock thing didn't go as planned. So with that world, they can take that and turn it into whatever they want, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. You can do that every single time with anything, and I feel like they do that with entertainment, with politics, with all of it. It's that, like, almost bait and switch kind of thing where it's just kind of fake. I don't want to say fake, but they do a very good job of putting on this play. You get some hot coffee there, homie?
Hot. Very hot.
Yeah, these things keep it warm. I'm rocking the water this morning. I do have the pre-workout ready to go, but
I put this in this sweet diner cup, so I can drink it at 4:00 when it's warm.
Yeah, when it'll actually, be drinkable and not incinerate you. So we totally forgot. I have a video queued up to play as to why you entered that. So for those of you who did not see any of the stuff from the Oscars on Twitter last night, here is a clip of John Cena.
Costumes. They are so
hilarious.
Yes. So, apparently he was wearing some clothing. They called it a C-string.
Oh.
Because he had like a big Band-Aid, like one of the big Band-Aid patch looking things on his butt. And he had a smaller one on his front. And then he had the board.
So you couldn't see it?
Yeah.
So, topic on that, though. So, Jimmy Kimmel, we've went into the Epstein stuff a couple times. So, he was one that was called out on that list. Aaron Rodgers called him out on the McAfee show. And I think Aaron Rodgers called him out to an extent. He kind of backpedaled on Rogan a little bit and acted like he didn't call him out. But he absolutely, to an extent, called him out and was kind of like beating around the bush of the fact that he may or may not be on that list. So, that's what Cat Williams said in a couple of his interviews, is this is like a Hollywood, it's a like humiliation ritual. And then that Cat said about the dress a long time. And then I don't know if you saw that, but they put him in a dress right after that. It cuts to the video of the award or whatever. And during that, they come out and they hurry up and put him in a dress. Well, Kimmel's the one putting him in the dress. Like during the commercial break, there's a video of him doing it. And it's just very weird that they keep talking about all this stuff, and then it kind of keeps coming to fruition. Like, they kept calling the Oscars the woke awards last night and all these different things. But it was super interesting. So when it first started, I saw Jimmy Kimmel was trending. So I didn't even know the Oscars were on last night. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. If Jimmy Kimmel's trending #1, this will be quite interesting. So I went and looked, and it was about his monologue. And it was just tweet after tweet after tweet about how bad he was, how shitty of a monologue it was, how unentertaining, unfunny. People were getting pissed at him, whatever. And then later in the show, I guess Trump tweeted something about the Oscars, like a real long, I don't know. I kind of like glazed through it, but it's just, the normal stuff. And I guess Kimmel read it live on air last night on the show. And then he was trending again, and it was everybody, like, it was just, I don't know if it was the other side or what, but then it was all, oh, Kimmel's hilarious. Kimmel's the best. He's so funny. And it's like, where are these people? Like, who are these people? Oh, man, my cat is apparently coming to join us. Say hello, Dobby. You got to go over this.
Dobby
decided she wanted to be on the show this morning. So,
well, did you see Emma Stone called Jimmy Kimmel a prick?
Yeah.
Word lip
Yeah,
sync
he was talking about her show being all about sex.
Yeah,
or something
Poor
like
Things
that.
said it was all about
Poor Things.
sexual relations. But
Yeah.
funny thing, the Poor Things won 3 Oscars in a row.
Well, obviously they did something right, I guess.
Yeah, it was
I did
best
not watch.
makeup and hair, best production design, best costume design. Bam, 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 bam.
I think that's why I don't watch the Oscars, because I don't ever watch any of these movies. Like, they're not.
I feel like the Oscars was like when we were kids, you watched it a little bit with your parents because
it was on.
You had 3 channels.
Yeah.
And and that's
I'm
going to say probably the biggest award show I've ever watched. It's been probably 15 years, 20 years, was the CMT Awards, because my mom was a big country music fan, and we would watch that. And I'm like, I'd watch this and be like, this is the stupidest thing I'm ever watching, but I'm sitting there watching it. So they're getting Nielsen ratings off of me being a moron. But I don't get it. Like, I don't like the award shows. I've never, even though we do one, I like ours because, we're part of it. But
it's almost like this, like, because that's what a lot of the stuff I was reading last night was. It's like this Hollywood cult all, high-fiving each other and patting each other on the back while talking down to normal people kind of thing. And like, did you see Kimmel was making fun of Robert, which I know that's the point of the whole thing, but he was making fun of Robert Downey Jr. too and his drug addiction. And he kind of like, he hit him a couple different times and he played along with him, but you could tell he was getting like very annoyed and uncomfortable kind of thing. Yeah. It was slightly humorous. Like, I'm not going to say it wasn't funny at all, but it was slightly humorous. But it was just interesting how the dynamic changed from the beginning of the show to the end. And it's like, so what is it? Just the one side, or all the people who are going gung-ho against this Epstein list were the ones who commented, and then it's the other side that were all about it because he was bashing Trump? Or it makes no sense to me. Like, that's why I hate politics. That's why I hate the whole system and everything that's going on, because it just seems so fake. Everybody, it's like they just jump on one. It's obviously Twitter. It's that vocal minority, obviously, but it's obviously also a very good focus group that you kind of get a gist of what's going on, at least. But
yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. I never thought Jimmy Kimmel was funny before he was on lists and all that. I mean, wasn't he on the Man Show? Wasn't he one of the originals on the Man Show with Rogan? Yep. Was it him and Rogan?
Tom Hanks, yes, they did that. I think so. Rogan was on it.
It was early 2000s, or maybe he might, because they did. Rogan was on like the original Man Show, and then they
Adam Carolla was
him and Carolla.
Yeah, and then Carolla were the original ones.
And then did Kimmel replace Rogan?
Say that again.
Did Kimmel replace Rogan? Because Rogan ended up getting replaced. I think remember.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and so another one that's been thrown out on that list a couple of times was Tom Hanks, and I guess they did a skit on the Man Show back in the day where they had like little girls dancing around and they were calling them sexy babies and having them sing "Talk Dirty to Me" and all kinds of crazy shit. And then now they're a couple of the like prolific ones. I saw a video the other day of Tom Hanks it was Forrest Gump. It's when he gives the Medal of Honor to Jenny, and it's that, what the hell's the Bofet or something, whatever. It's like some demon thing or whatever. But the guy breaks down the video, and the symbol of it was on the medal, and he does the hand signal as he's like waving bye to Jenny. He puts 2 fingers up and puts 3 down, and they showed the picture of this demon, and the demon's doing the exact same thing. And obviously it could be just whatever, but it's interesting that all this stuff keeps coming out, and Then I went into another Bohemian Grove deep dive. If you have not watched it, Alex Jones did and obviously he got dinged as being a crazy person, so who knows? But he had a hidden camera, and he went into Bohemian Grove back in 2000 and filmed one of the rituals, and it was crazy. Like, it basically, there's just a bunch of people in robes. There's a big owl behind them that they catch on fire, but supposedly they like sacrificed a person, and they do this like once a year to like release themselves from whatever. But they do this whole big like ritual thing where they're all like chanting. They're all in like the robes, and they got the high priest. They got a guy in a boat dragging the body across the water, kind of thing. It was like a half hour of madness where I was like, what is happening? This is insane.
You watched the whole half hour?
Most of it, yeah.
I turned it off.
I skipped through some of it because there was a few times like the camera gets very grainy and you just can't. I mean, you couldn't see much anyway. They do like some enhanced footage towards the end where he kind of explains what they're saying, what's going on, and then they do another one where when they're doing the sacrifice and kind of thing, you can hear, like, they enhance the audio and you can hear someone screaming when they light the fire, and it's like, oh, that's not good. So then it cuts to him in front of the White House with a megaphone screaming about how they're all demonic pedophiles and that they're from this 3,000-year-old cult kind of thing. It was insane. I'm like, I didn't know any of this was even like, I obviously we kind of talked about Bohemian Grove, but I had to look up what it was prior to us doing that day. And then when I watched that video, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, it's one of those things that it's like, you have no idea if it's real or not, but boy, is it starting to seem like there is some crazy things going on in our world.
Where is Bohemian Grove?
California.
Oh.
And if you look it up, it says it's like a club for like political and Hollywood elites kind of thing. It's like this members only club. But yeah.
Do they have jackets? Do they have members only jackets?
I'm not sure. They have robes and hoods and things that they were wandering around in, or at least that's what it looked like on that video.
I'll stick to Walmart buying my robes.
No, thank you. So I have one more like kind of downer one, if we want to get into that before we venture off into anything positive, so we don't have to bring it back down. But so another crazy one, and you see the stuff going on in Haiti?
No.
There are gangs that are like, they're like, I don't know, whatever, terrorist type gangs that are basically killing people and eating them in the streets. They're all cannibals.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
And our border is wide open.
I guess that's a good thing about living in Indiana. It's going to take them a minute to get.
It's going to take them a little bit to get into here. But yeah, another one that was just crazy. That one was all over Twitter, that I guess there's these gangs in Haiti that are like cannibals now. So they're not only killing people, but they're eating them. So fun times. Yeah.
Lovely.
The fun things you can find on the Twitter sphere. Or
I
X,
guess like I said, your Twitter's way different than mine.
These were on the trending topics. This wasn't even in my deep dive. It was on there. I think it was last night that I saw it, that it was trending. So then I started kind of doing some research, trying to figure out what was going on. And I'm like, whoa, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. So mine was literally just Oscars. And I'm like, okay, I can only talk about the Oscars so much because I don't care.
Yeah.
So I went to my For You, and I did see that the Knicks, I think the Knicks were on the trending side too. Did you hear about the Knicks? So the Knicks and the 76ers took it back to the 90s. The final score was 79-73.
Oh shit! They just.
So I think they played defense. I don't know. They could have been awful, but we're gonna go with they played a lot of defense.
An NBA team played defense?
I'm gonna guess. Because otherwise that means they were really bad. And the Knicks actually set an NBA record for fewest points.
The record everyone's striving for.
Yeah. Well, the night prior, they held their opponent. I don't remember who it was, but their opponent only scored 74. And that broke the record. Well, then the next night, the Knicks broke the record themselves with 73. So
maybe they're just like really good at defense.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, I like that. They're just really, really good at defense.
Yeah. And then I also saw on my For You trending, Brock Lesnar may be returning to the WWE.
Yep.
So apparently the scandal kind of gone past him now.
Well, and there's a chance that he had no idea. I mean, I guess there was. I didn't see any messages from him or anything. So I mean, there's a chance that he didn't know what was going on. They were just using these people to kind of lure him in. But I don't know. That whole situation's weird. I was surprised when we were playing that yesterday that Vince was on that cutscene.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I'm like, he's in the game. That means I can play with him, and then we can beat the tar out of him.
I don't know how the hell you can get him, but could you do a handicap match of him versus like 6 women and just let him bludgeon him with chairs over and over again? That'd be a fun video to make.
I don't think you can do a mixed tag, but I think it's the way, as soon as one gender's tagged in, the other one's got to go.
The other one has to go out. That'd be fun.
No, but I could probably do like, I don't know, people that don't like him. I could probably
do that. Could you create Vince McMahon as a female and then like use that, like just make it a slightly slender version of Vince McMahon?
I could, or do a handicap match and do Stephanie McMahon versus a bunch of women. So this is allegedly she helped cover things up for her father. Allegedly. Yeah. But
that's so bad. Like I know we've talked about this a million times, but I hope that if all this shit ends up coming out and being true, the Epstein list, all this crazy bullshit, that they get everything they deserve, because that's so sick and disgusting that's even a thing that we have to worry about. Like that's absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, I thought we were still talking about Vince.
No, same concept. I mean, he wasn't like going after kids, but it was still the same disgusting shit, but just to the women wrestlers. Like
he might have been a minor step above.
Yeah, it doesn't make it much better. So to me,
still gross.
It's all the same bullshit. It's terrible. It's disgusting. And I hope these people get everything they deserve.
Yep. And I hope, because there's always, if you're still alive, there's still time to turn it around.
Yep.
I hope if all that was true, because I hope he can own up to it and change his life, because you know what? We wouldn't have wrestling without him, and being big wrestling fans, that's unfortunately, Hulk Hogan's kind of turned it around. At least I think. I don't know, but when I think of Hulk Hogan, he said some bad stuff, and I think he's paid his dues or whatever for that. But there's still, if you're still alive, there's still time to turn it around and try to be a good person again.
Have you seen that guy I think he's on Twitter. He might be on everything else, but every year when the new WWE game comes out, he takes the 3 best African-American wrestlers and does a handicap match with Vince and then just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Such a good idea. Like, it made me laugh. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But so I have a very random one. It's slightly dark, I guess. But so I went and ate Chinese on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think I haven't had Chinese forever. Me and my wife both said it sounded good. So afterwards, you know how you always get the fortune cookie?
Oh God.
Yeah. I was really excited. I'm always like, oh cool, wonder what it's gonna say. Here you go. I took a picture for you. I saved it just for today.
All the darkness in the world.
Like what the fuck?
That's all it said?
That's all it said.
Oh, I'd go get another fortune cookie.
I was baffled. I was sitting there and I read it and I was like, what the hell? Like, why is that the fortune that I got? I got it.
You know what? That's very fitting for you, though. You've been going down rabbit holes.
I know. And apparently my fortune was I'm going to continue. I don't know if I'm getting all the darkness in the world or if I'm going to I have no idea, but that was my fortune.
Maybe you're the light. You're the reckoning or something.
Maybe I get to talk about it and bring it to light. I don't know.
Or the darkness that's coming for you. That's what I'm looking at. One's you gotta save the world from the darkness, or the darkness is coming for you.
I'm gonna go with save the world from the darkness, because
we'll go with that. Go positive.
I'm gonna get all the darkness.
Yeah, I don't want
enough darkness. I don't need any more. We're good.
There ain't darkness coming. Don't come to my house. I'm not the one saying it.
I don't want it. I don't need the darkness. But yeah, that was what my fortune said. My wife was like, why don't you go get another one? I'm like, I think it's just destiny. Whatever this was, I'm not sure. But I immediately took a picture of it because I was going to post it. And then I'm like, nope, I'm going to save that for Monday morning.
Did it have any lucky numbers?
No, nothing. On the back of it, all it said was for a second fortune go to, and it had a website, and that was all it said on the back too. I didn't get lucky numbers, nothing. It just said all the darkness in the world, motherfucker. I'm like, oh, that's not cool.
Looked like it was cut off. I hope it was just partially.
Yeah, all the darkness in the world will like leave your life or whatever it was, and I'm like, no, mine just says all the darkness in the world.
At least it doesn't say darkness. And you'd be like, what?
Yeah, darkness, you will die. Like, great, thank you, Chinese.
Well, I haven't been to the Chinese restaurant in a while, but I don't want to go to the fortune cookie stand no more.
No,
I'll pass.
Apparently that's what I get for talking about all this shit. I have no idea. It was very concerning because I read it and I'm like, what the fuck? That's not cool.
All the darkness in the world coming at you. All right. Awesome.
And I guess we should specify we are recording about an hour early today. So if anyone has been commenting or commenting, we're not ignoring you. We just have no idea because we won't see it till later. So we'll respond to you this afternoon or sometime today when we see it.
My idiot self, I have the comments pulled up. I'm like, nobody's commenting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
No kidding.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're recording. We're an hour early.
Yeah. We were a little early today, so
well, we had to move trailers. I gotta go to Attica again and get the last trailer. Oh, and speaking of that, yes, I did.
Careful.
I'm not driving.
Crash Bandicoot over there.
Yeah, I did hit the corner of my wife's tiny house on a 2-foot in diameter tree limb.
Would you like to tell the story of how it happened?
Sure.
I actually feel like it really wasn't like you had a bad situation. It was not totally your fault.
I've driven this trailer a handful of times. It's tiny. It's a tiny house. It's 12.5 tall, tiny house by, I want to say 20 foot long. So I mean, it's a monstrosity. I mean, it's no semi trailer, but it's pretty big.
In order for you to climb on top of it yesterday, you had to get an extendo ladder, and you still weren't quite to the top of it. No. So if that kind of clarifies how big this damn thing is.
Yeah, it's tall. And so get it to the Vigo County Fairgrounds, no problems there. But then I get there and they're trying to set up. And mind you, I hate setups because it's a freaking madhouse, dude. There's people, kids everywhere. And I'm in like zoned in mode. And then my wife was trying to find out where we were supposed to set up. And the lady wanted to set up right here where like it's not physically possible to like back in because I didn't want to kill anybody. Or anybody. Sorry, I got flagged on community standards. And did you freeze? I think he froze. Anyway, so I pull around. I'm like, oh, I see a shortcut. I'm going to hit this up and just pull straight up on that spot, drop trailer. Bob's your uncle. I'm home playing PlayStation. We're good to go. Well, I'm driving. I'm like, okay, I got nothing. We're here. We're good. Whoa.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay. I thought that was weird. But I'm driving. And I'm like, okay, I got to bob and weave around this building, move over here, and then I hear boom. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, shit. I get out. Uh-oh. Yeah. Caught it on a tree, big tree limb. But shout out to, I can't think of the business that helped my wife because my wife goes, just get out of here. Yes, ma'am. I've already done enough damage. I don't want to get divorced today. So I dipped out and somebody else.
It could have been way worse, though.
It could have been, and in the grand scheme of things, now it's an education. I got an education.
And when you told me, I thought you like legit wrapped it around a tree. So
yeah, no,
it was way less damage than I thought you did because I thought you slid off the road and like legit wrapped it around a tree, and I'm like, oh no, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I thought I was still going to die then, but it's okay.
And apologies, I had no idea what happened. It just said it was reconnecting and it kicked me off the thing.
I thought you were really into the story because you were just sitting there, and then I was like you didn't move, and I'm like, are you frozen?
I was just listening very intently.
Yeah, you were.
No, I was frozen. I had to back out and come back. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna lose the recording. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have to redo this.
We just kept going, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. But
yeah,
thank you to
made it.
Thank you to people that helped my wife get that fixed. Well, semi-fixed in the rain. We'll have to be taking it back up to Wabash and dropping her off.
Yeah, it didn't look that bad. You didn't completely dismantle it and
no.
cost.
But in the moment, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I could tell you were pretty distraught. It was not a fun experience.
No, especially on your maiden voyage of your first full-time employment.
Yeah,
going there. Yeah, no.
I
was like, I'm getting fired and I'm getting divorced all the same day.
Yep,
by the same person.
That's a rough go whenever you can get fired and divorced all in the same day because of the same incident.
Yep. It was rough Friday.
Yeah, you got to be careful, homie.
I know, but that's all I have for the.
So the only other one I had was, did you see Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers last night?
Yeah, did they pay like an astronomical amount of money?
No, it was a 1 year. I want to say I saw that it was a vet minimum, but I could be wrong. I don't know what he ended up signing for. I know that was kind of the gist, was that he was probably going to sign somewhere for a vet minimum, but I mean,
good for him. You know, like I can't say that he's awful because you know what? He's making a lot of money throwing a football. I'm sitting at a kitchen table talking to you. So
in all reality, the Steelers aren't, I mean, they're not going to have a super high pick, I don't think. So going after Wilson, I mean, why not for a year?
Maybe this will be his turnaround year. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
I robbed the Broncos and didn't perform up to par. Here's my people doubt me. People,
that seemed like a weird relationship from the beginning. Like it just didn't seem like it clicked. It like they were kind of at odds when they brought in. Was it Sean Payton they brought in? That came in and then he like immediately kicked Russell Wilson's like group out or whatever and was trying to like kind of take over and take control kind of thing. And I feel like in the NFL that's very difficult to do.
Yeah. Which I don't even know who the quarterback is now for the Broncos. But
either.
I'm sitting there like I think they're still searching for they got a huge gift with Peyton Manning at the end of his career. And I think they were still trying to find that.
Yeah. Like, we could do it again with Russell, and it didn't work out, and which that's just how it goes. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they're all players in the NFL. All pro sports is the most competitive job in the world because
because they're getting paid millions of dollars, and there's only 32 of those positions. So I mean, that's just how.
And there's always somebody younger, better, more shape. You know, they're always coming in every year, so it's like you got to really be on your game. But
I'll do better. You don't have to replace me.
Huh?
I said I'll do better. You don't have to replace me.
Well, is anybody faster than you? Because
yes, there's a lot of people faster than me. There's a lot of people. Yes, it would be just fine.
No, I'm not replacing you. You're good.
That's good. Please don't.
I mean, because if it comes down to like a golf game, I'm out.
But me too. I'm not very good either. I can hit it, but it's not like
I might be able to hit it. I don't know, but
my thing is I can play golf and I'll have a hole where I'll tee off and like a short hole I can stick to green, or I'll hit a great drive and have an awesome hole, and then the next hole I'll hit like a 10. And it makes no sense. It's like, what is happening?
I don't know. We're going to get
it's this right.
Let's get some golf lessons from Mr. Kyle Kumpf.
I know. Get some. Yeah, he'd be a good golf teacher.
He would be. I don't know how patient he'd be with my dumb ass, but it'd be entertaining.
Yeah, I think just watching you play golf would be entertaining in general anyway.
Well, we could go to one of the 45,000 golf invitations we received.
Yeah, we need to do that when it gets warm. I'm not going now. It's cold.
I'm trying not to leave my house.
There was frost on the window this morning. I'm not a fan. What are you doing now? Laundry?
Yeah.
I love that we get to watch you do your chores while we're doing this.
Well, it's how I keep the wife satisfied.
There you go.
Do your chores. And that's why I have these tripods and stuff. I can walk around and do that.
I like to just sit stationary and watch you wander around and do your things.
I feel like my body hurts so bad. I can't sit too much anymore. Like, I got to get up and wander.
That's how I am during the day. But like when we do this, I like to just sit and kind of drink my water, drink my pre-workout, and then I'll go crazy the rest of the day. But I've done a pretty good job of keeping the house clean. So I think I got my dishes done. I think my laundry's done. I don't think I have much to do today. So I'm pretty excited. But
what is that?
That's never good. Well, do we want to wrap this one up so you can get your shit done and go meet up with your dad?
Yeah. We want to thank our gold sponsors for letting us do this bonus content. Wabash Valley Plumbing, Peak Performance Gym, Pappy's Barbecue, ML Productions, Wabash Valley Adult and Teen Challenge, and Stitch Brands. And also, don't forget, we are doing a donation drive for the Wabash Valley Adult and Teen Challenge. We'll be going until the March 21st. They need all those items. If you want a more detailed list, hit us up. We'll send it to you. You can drop it off at the diner. If you don't know where the diner's at, hit us up. we will give you the directions. And there's a tote outside the white shed. You can put your donation there. Anybody that donates will be entered in a giveaway for a Diner Pod t-shirt and hat.
Which you can get at shop.thedinerpod.com. I'll put the graphic up. I believe the St. Patty's Day shirts are done.
St. Patty's Day shirts are a no-go anymore.
Did I ever get mine?
It's going to be close.
I ordered that like a week ago.
You ordered it on Friday, and I forgot and told her yesterday. I will get it to you.
Every time I've tried to order, I'm like, hey, can you let me know how much that is? You're like, yep. And then I just don't know. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm not allowed to have them.
Send it in text. That's what she's got to do now. Send it in text.
I'm going to go past you. I'm just going to start texting your wife and just say, hey, will you let me know how much it is for this and this? So
that works too, because I'm awful. That's my downfall. That's why we have a website now, so I don't have to remember anything.
That's okay. I don't need them right now. I need them before. I just want my tank tops for working out. That's the only thing I was super interested in buying. But I would like to have a St. Patty's Day shirt if at all possible.
Okay.
It's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Make it easy.
Yeah. So I told her, she goes, it'll be close. I'm like, okay.
Sweet. Well,
but that was last night, because I finally remembered last night. I was like,
no worries. I just wanted to give you some shit.
Yeah, I got to get me some stuff too. But we did have an order. Kyle Neese placed an order. So
I learned that we go live every day now, and I do not have enough clothing for this. Like,
what do you mean?
I just feel like I try to rotate my shirts so it's not like the same like visual every day. So then people don't look at it and go, oh, it's the same video. So I try to change it, and it's like, I don't have enough clothes for this shit. Like, I need to buy more apparel.
You don't have 5 shirts?
I got a cool ML production shirt and the jiu-jitsu shirt, the Gracie jiu-jitsu shirt now. So that's helped
slowly growing.
Add to my attire. Luckily, we've been given gifts, so I can be cheap and not spend money on clothes.
There you go.
I can't do it. I've always been like that. I'd rather like buy my kids shit or buy other things. I just don't care. I'd go to Walmart and buy 5 shirts and just be done, or just order them on Amazon. That's generally what I do.
Walmart's got some sweet shirts, because that's where I bought my my Sasquatch shirt.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day when I was in there. You had a couple of white options. The rest of them weren't necessarily like, going to a children's event friendly, but
true,
it would have been okay.
I recommend if you buy a white shirt from Walmart, don't, because it's see-through.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what you get, but
that's kind of expected.
I still think a white on white diner shirt would have been cool.
White on white.
Like a white on white with the kind of a white out with the logo. That'd be kind of sweet.
Dude, I can't wear that's a lot of white.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you just have to not be sloppy for a few hours.
You know how hard that is to do?
Yes.
Really hard.
That as I'm wearing a cream colored hoodie.
Yeah. I'm lucky. Dude, I didn't like wearing gray. Here's a gray shirt.
Well, you want to wrap this one up so you can go on your adventures?
Yeah. Finish my laundry, maybe go eat a bagel, and go to Attica.
There you go. We'll enjoy. Don't crash.
I'm not driving. We're good.
Oh, good. Well, have fun.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.